We're taking the entire team boxing shortly, and I can't wait. I think it's really important to do stuff with your staff to really build up that company culture. You know, investing in good people, building up a team, validating their hard work and stuff like that. It's super important. So come along. We're going to 1-2 Boxing. It's a friend of mine's gym. It's around the corner from our office. And let's see how we go.
Can you tell us where we're going, Manny?
Yep, we're going to do some boxing, a bit of stress relief. We've been working hard recently. We've got the Aurelia collection drop tomorrow. Alina's very excited to box.
No, he's not. He's actually scared, but I'm excited.
Alina.
I'm going to smash the shit out of this bag.
Let's go.
Actually, deja vu. I think I saw a video of some...
Everyone say team bonding.
Team bonding.
Team bonding.
Here's our trainer.
Team bonding.
I gotta get...
Shit, sorry.
What's going on?
What's happening? How are you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Verity. Nice to meet you.
We're filming a vlog. We're gonna plug 1-2.
Oh, everyone say hello in this mirror. Come on. Woo!
All right. Another day. Another day. Let's go. I'm tired this morning. What are we on? 7.8. Not bad. 6 o'clock in the morning. All right. First things first. Let's jump into the ad account. Have a look. See what's going on. See what tweaks and adjustments we need to make. And we'll go from there. Today's going to be a good one. Stay tuned. Make sure you watch this one from the start until the finish. I'm telling you, there's going to be some nuggets in here. Do not miss this one. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but it's not just Sasha Therese that I'm working on at the moment. So we have a few brands that we're working on, but obviously the main is Sasha Therese. That's where a lot of my time and energy is going. So the first thing I'm doing this morning is we've just got a bunch of EDMs designed. We dropped a new collection a couple of days ago. It's doing really well. I'm actually about to have a look at all the sales figures and stuff like that. But yeah, basically our business model is that we drop limited runs of pieces every 3 weeks. It's really worked well for us as a brand. One thing that I'm big on is building up FOMO and exclusivity and hype around products and especially around brand. I've seen it work really well. And then what we do is we intentionally sell out, right, of our pieces. And then we build up database email lists so people sign up to be notified for our drops. And this has worked really well. And we've done this from the very, very start, right? So at the start, it was a little bit tough because we obviously wanted to have more stock so that we could scale and push numbers harder and faster. And I did find myself like kind of sitting on the edge of my seat going, you know, is this the right strategy? Is it not? But I can honestly say now, you know, we're about 14 months into this new brand, Sasha Therese, and it works really well to the point now where like what's happening is, let's say we're out of stock on most of our best sellers. Our customers are just coming onto the site and buying whatever they can basically, right? Because we've built up that exclusivity around our brand. So that's one of our key brand pillars. If you guys don't have brand pillars, you need to have them, right? So if I was you guys, the first thing I'd be doing right now this second is pause this video and go and look up on Google brand. It's always interrupting my videos, this stupid thing. Anyway, go and look up brand questionnaire document and start to formulate what your brand's actually about, what it is, what purpose do you have in the market from a brand perspective, not just a product perspective, because it will help you formulate decisions, right? So after I schedule out this EDM, this will go out at about 9 a.m. Usually what I look at is I look at the sort of digital marketing performance from the day before. Now, I do look at things on a 7-day window, but I look at our MER and our store-wide ROAS on a daily window as well. That doesn't mean that I make decisions based on one day, but it is good to look at the data and look at things on a daily basis because it forms good habits, right? So you can see this morning as an example, we've only just started this morning. Obviously, it's now 6:05 in the morning, 20th of Feb. So we're on 8K. We've spent 1.2K on ads. We're currently at a 6.66x ROAS. So pretty good start to the day. I think based on this start, we'll finish somewhere around 30 to 35K. We're not really pushing super hard at the moment in regards to scale. Like what I'm preferring at the moment is really keeping spend low and just trying to increase return on ad spend, right? So it's not always about just pumping in more money into Meta and trying to scale, right? So one thing you can do is instead focus on better content and better ads and therefore reducing your MER, because ultimately, guys, the reason we're in business is to make a profit, right? So revenue is great, don't get me wrong. But if you're running at a fairly high rev but super slim margins, it can also be quite risky, okay? By the way, no word of exaggeration, do yourselves a favor and go and get this thing. It can be bloody annoying when it's ticking down, but it is a bit of fun in the office. And even like the girls, when they come in and they're working during the day, every time it goes off, we all look at each other, right? So like it goes off probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 10 to 15 times an hour, depending on the time, the part of the day, should I say. But anyway, it's definitely worth it. So have a look into it and just type in on Google Shopify counter. I've had a few people ask me where to actually get it from. Just Google it, you fucking lazy prick. No, I'm just joking. Just type in Shopify counter, you'll find it. Anyway, let's go and get a coffee because like I said to you guys yesterday in my video, I need about 3 to function in the morning, so let's go. I'll quickly show you guys something as well. So one thing that I focus on is spreading out our spend. So you can see we're at the moment, we're running Meta, Google, TikTok. This is our kind of spend and the ROAS that we're hitting. Now, one thing that I wanted to touch on just quickly, and this took me a long time to kind of understand, but what it is that people think that the best way to scale is by adding budget, okay? And yes, in some circumstances, definitely you can just add budget, especially when you find winning ads, etc., blah, 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 okay? It's self-explanatory. But one other way in which you can scale, and I would say that a vast majority of brands are falling into this category, is that they're not scaling with content. So they're leaving the same ads up in the account and just trying to increase the budget, and then the fucking ROAS tanks, okay? And I get countless messages like this saying to me, Manny, as soon as I touch the budget, everything crashes, right? What that's telling you is that specific content that you have in the ad account can't handle the increase in budget, okay? Meaning that it's not necessarily a great ad. A great ad by definition, and you can have your own definition, but this is just mine, is an ad that can scale and maintain a ROAS, right? So spending $100, $200, $300 a day on an ad, if you increase the budget by 10% and it's crashing the result, then it's not a good ad, okay? So it may be performing well if you're at small scale, which is awesome, okay? Don't get me wrong, that's fantastic. But what I'm saying is that instead of increasing the budget, focus on adding more content into the ad account, seeing what the results are like with those pieces of content, and then increase your budget, okay? The other thing is too, and I wanna show you guys this, is you need to focus on building up the brand organically, okay? So when I look at our Instagram page, for example, let's just use us three as an example. We have 128,000 followers now. And if you go into our tagged photos, you'll see how many people are posting wearing our clothes. And it's because we put so much emphasis on growing the brand organically outside of just Meta, okay? So the reason we do this is because indirectly, well, not even indirectly, directly, it helps our ads convert highly, okay? So when you build up brand awareness and brand recognition within the market, what happens is naturally your ad results increase, okay? Because you're serving the top of funnel audience through organic. So things like influencers, activations, community building, stuff like that. It's really important. So one thing that we do, and we do this quite frequently, is we'll invite a bunch of influencers to an event. We'll host a lunch. It'll basically be like a Sasha Therese community event day. Sasha, my co-founder, will attend. and we'll get a whole bunch of content of the girls. We'll put on a feast. We'll have some entertainment, and we get a whole bunch of content out of it. Okay. We also do a lot with our customers, where we'll feature them on our pages, and we'll encourage them to post. And you know, our brand's about sharing confidence and love. Okay. So we encourage people to post, share, and you can see the confidence exuding from the post, right? So it's working. But ultimately what I'm trying to get at, guys, is like your organic strategy is as equally as important as your paid performance strategy, right? And especially now with TikTok. I mean, back in the day, in like 2018 or 2017 even, when we were in sort of peak Elias skin mode, TikTok wasn't even around back then. So it was so much harder to grow organically. Now we have tools like TikTok where you can hit a viral video, get 1 million views, and 1 million people have seen your brand, plus it's going to generate you quite a large return, okay? If you have a highly converting website and etc. blah, 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 okay? So focus on your organic output. For us, the business changed when we employed someone to do it. So we have a social media in-house team, and their job is to look at the brand from an organic point of view and go, how can we grow the brand organically without paid, okay? As soon as we did that, our organic exploded. So like, you know, if I look at some of the metrics on our Instagram account, you know, we're growing at about 15 to 20,000 followers a month at the moment, and it's driving so much traffic to our store, in which we can then retarget them on Meta, okay? So ultimately, guys, what I'm saying is going for cold audience is not the only way. Going for cold audience through Facebook is not the only way, okay? Guys, by the way, I'm never gonna edit out any mistakes that I make in the way that I say things on this video. I wanna keep this super raw and genuine, so you guys know nothing I say is scripted. This is just coming to my mind on the day. But yeah, start focusing on things outside of paid, okay? Do it from now. And you know what? Don't give up if it doesn't get results straight away. It takes time to do this stuff, but the way you gotta look at your brand is in a holistic sort of complete way. So you've got performance, paid marketing, you've got organic, you've got SEO, influencers, PR. You need to touch all of those areas, all right? So let's cheers to that and start implementing that right now. By the way, guys, I want to show you something because I think a lot of people are getting this wrong. So when you're analyzing your ad account, it's not always about what the CPA is sitting at. So let's say, for example, your CPA goal is $50, okay? If you have an ad within a CBO structure that is sitting at, say, $70 CPA, okay? And most of your other ads are sitting at a 50. But the ad with a $70 CPA is getting a fair amount of spend, then it's very likely that that ad is serving as a top of funnel ad. Now, the way in which that you can have a look at that, this is assuming you're running broad, which you should be, is to look at the frequency, right? So if you look at the frequency of this ad here, it's only at a 1.2, and this is over the last 7 days, right? Whereas some of these other ads are sitting at a 1.7, 1.5, 1.16. So that is one way in which you can analyze and see, like, you know, okay, well, why does this ad have a higher CPA? Well, it makes sense, right? Because it's delivering to an audience that's never interacted with your brand. Maybe they've never heard of you guys before. So it's going after that cold audience, and that's what you need to grow the business. You can't just go after the low-hanging fruit, okay? And this is why sometimes I have an issue with Advantage Plus, is because in my own experience, and I'm not saying that it's bad for everyone, and I think that it is a great tool, don't get me wrong, but what I found is that the Advantage Plus campaigns will go after that low-hanging fruit, or picture it like a group of people who they're all looking for a certain product. It's going to go after those people, which is really good to hit profitability early on. But I have found that original audience CBOs, whether you're running a bid cup, whatever the hell it is, lowest cost, it doesn't matter. It is quite good at funneling new people in, okay? So anyway, moral of the story is try to look a bit deeper into your data. Don't just look at things like what's the CPA, what's the ROAS, because at the end of the day, let's say you turn off an ad like the one I just showed you, you must monitor your overall account performance over the next couple of days, okay? Because if you find that the overall ROAS has dropped after turning that ad off, then you know that it was positively impacting your overall business, okay? Because it was going after that cold audience. That's the first thing. The second thing is to make sure that you're looking at the AOV, and this is particularly important if you're running multiple countries. So to give you an example, say you're running in Australia, the UK, and the USA. Now, if you're a business that's based in Australia, for example, or even if you're based in the US, vice versa, what you might find is that international buyers have a higher AOV. Now, I think this is because, based on our research, the shipping time compared to when they're purchasing domestically, right? So if your shipping time is 5 to 10 business days and a customer's ordering from the US but you're based in Australia, they're probably going to be inclined to purchase more things because they want to save on the shipping cost, etc. So make sure you're looking at the AOV per country, right? Because it may mean that you can spend more to acquire that customer. So you don't have to have a generalized CPA across the entire business. You can have individual CPAs per country. And we do this, and this allows us to scale harder in other territories and raise our bids in those territories. By the way, I have one more thing for you guys. I'll tell you how to get influencers to explode your sales, okay? So I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but since back in the day, and by back in the day I mean 2018, 2019, the power of influencers themselves has decreased, right? Because everybody knows now when you have a sponsored post, okay? But there is one way. I'm going to share you guys in a little secret, and this is how we do it. We don't do this for Sasha Trees, we do this for other brands. Now, this is exactly what you need to do, okay? When you work with a paid influencer, and I'm talking about a decent sized influencer that you're paying $5,000, $10,000, maybe it's even $2,000, get them to do this instead, okay? Step one, get them to post your product on store. Get them to post your product on story without tagging or mentioning the brand, okay? Let's say, for example, it's this packet of Chewies, okay? So what they would do in the first story is they would take a piece out, they'd start chewing it, they'd go about their day, maybe they're vloggers, maybe whatever, okay? So it's a very, very subtle introduction to their audience. If it's a skincare product, midway through her story, she quickly pumps some on her hand, rubs on her face, goes about her day, nothing, no one really notices it, whatever, subtle. The next week, she does it again, right? So now we're in week 2. But this time, it's a little bit more in focus, you'd say, right? People are noticing it a little bit more. Then week 3, get them to put up a story and say, okay, so everyone's been asking me what that product is that I've been using, or what my favorite skincare product is, or how my skin looks so clean. This is what it is. Tag. Try that and see what happens to your return on what you're paying these people to post. If you're getting someone to post for you and it's just a one-off post, oh, look at this product, blah, 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 most likely it's not going to work. It's going to put people off. Guys, you got to remember that when it comes to content, people want to be entertained and engaged. They don't want to be sold to, okay? So the same applies for influencers. So test out that strategy, take the organic, subtle approach and see how that works for you guys.